2009 LA Dons America's Game story told by head coach James White, quarterback Warwick Locker, fullback Mike Jones, and Dons cornerback Devon Means. All right, we're taking a look on their journey of the 2009 season. All right, and in their Megabowl victory against the Riders, and check out that video that I did, the official 2010 Megabowl with the Riders. That's the real one in the official one. All right, check it out. Give it a like, leave a comment. Feel free to subscribe. And remind you, Sunday, live play-by-play of the Super Bowl, Patriots Seahawks. So be ready for that. And let's get this story time started, and let's take a look at the Don's journey. The 2005 Los Angeles Dons won the franchise's first ever Mega Bowl championship. They defeated the Shamrocks 48-7, and Derek Vance was Mega Bowl MVP. But during that '05 run, the 2005 Dons may have won an Oscar. The '05 Dons, the season had 4 stars and ended with a Mega Bowl victory. But in their title defense, they went 11-5, won the NFC West, and then again in '07 and in '08, but never reached the Mega Bowl or the conference championship game. Yeah, those years after '05, it was kind of disappointing because we didn't reach the Mega Bowl and didn't win another one until till '09. We had some disappointment in the postseason. We had some real good teams, but it was a lot of disappointment. The most recent disappointment was 2008. After they won another division title and went 13-2-1, Warwick Locker was league MVP, and Mike Jones was now becoming the bigger star. Yeah, winning Mega Bowl MVP that year in '08. Fun segment I do, y'all. Winning that league MVP in '08, it was cool, but we just didn't finish the year with the championship. And in the divisional round, they lost to the Cardinals. I mean, yeah, we beat them twice that year, but I don't know why we lost to them in the playoffs, and it was devastating. But more devastating that Mike Jones in that game pulled a hammy and never returned. It still hurts talking about that, but yeah, man, it was just not a good sight to have an injury like that and pull a hammy, and it was just I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, so in '08, the Dons the Dons once again didn't reach the conference championship or the Mega Bowl. And rumors were speculating that this might have been Coach White's final season. Well, that was just a rumor, and Jim Floyd and Mr. Gonzalez, we call him Boss. Um, they had confidence in me that I can just get them back to that we can get back to the Mega Bowl and we can win it again. We just always block. I always tell the team just block out the outside noise. I mean, the outside noise don't mean jack. That's what it is. Yeah, I mean, once you lose a game like that in the playoffs, it can really be frustrating. Frustrating that Devon Means, their All Pro corner, was also got injured in that game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, tore my like tricep. I hurt my tricep. It tore my tricep in that game, and just it was painful. And knowing that, man, that never happened to me. I mean, I was always the healthy one, and I was always healthy, and that was the first time ever, like in my football life, that I had to sit out. Not only had to miss a game, miss the rest of the game, but that was the first time that ever happened. Yep. And so in 2008 was another disappointing. That was another disappointing season for the Dons. But the good news is 2009 was on the horizon, and the Dons were ready to make their mark. Yeah, yeah, 2009 was going to be different. You know, guys are going to come back in more committed and more ready and more determined, and we got to get this thing going. Yeah, that's what Coach White said. You know, just hey, let's just hey. That's what Coach White said. Finish, stay together, play together, and finish, no matter what. And then the Dons' first ever trip to Montreal, they ready to put that to the task. They went up to Montreal the first time the Dons ever made a trip to Canada overseas for the first time ever in franchise history. They went overseas and they showed out and showed the fans in Canada and Montreal what Don's football is all about. Yeah, we just got off on that hot start and we jumped on them early. I mean, they came over from Ohio, from Columbus. They were formerly known as the Bulldogs, and we just went out and we just played the right way. We just got it done. And again, their home opener against Detroit, they win. But in week three, Cat had a little trouble against San Antonio. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play in that game because I still had that tricep injury, and it was it was kind of crazy. But I don't know. I mean, that game was kind of like whoa, what the hell? And look, before you know it, we lost. Yep, and that was the first time the Riders and the Dons met, and it was the last. And the '09 season was the last season ever for the Dons as the home team in the LA Coliseum. Yeah, I mean, I remember the Coliseum all those years being wild, especially when we started winning, and yeah, and that was our last season in the Coliseum. But against the Riders, they fell short. Oh man, that was disappointing, especially playing a team for the first time ever in your team history, knowing that we came up short against that team. Yeah, it just made us more hungry and determined to get back to work the following week and just try to correct some things and get it right. And they did against the Spartans, and they rebounded on a Monday night against the Spartans, a 42-7 win, and the launching pad to the next game. Yeah, game in Lucas Oil Stadium Sunday night. It was a big night for us, and we jumped out to a 17 nothing lead, and then all of a sudden, we hit a little bit of a we stalled a little bit, and then Indianapolis made their mark, and then Warwick Locker had a pass picked off, and he returned it for a touchdown. Now we got a game, and none of that, the momentum seemed to be all on the Colts side. Yeah, and I'm like, man, what? I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? We supposed to. I mean, I get it's Indianapolis and they're other good team, but I'm thinking, man, what the fuck is going on? We gotta play. And I was getting frustrated because we knew we had a 17-point lead. We had a 17 nothing lead. Going into the going well, they did score before the half. We had a 17 nothing lead, and then what happened is they scored, and we scored before halftime. And then next thing you know, Ward threw an interception, and now we got a game. And now all of a sudden, we lose momentum. But the defense, the defense had, like they always have, stepped up when it mattered. Yeah, and I was back in, and I made a key play. I stripped the ball from Joseph Adai, and Matt Malutu was there, and then I think it gave the offense confidence to steal the momentum right back, and that's what we did. And then late in the fourth quarter, the Dons put together a drive to retake the lead and set up the stage for the defense to make a big stop. Yeah, that was our mission. That was our mission. Just go and score, retake the lead, take the momentum back, and have our defense finish it up. And on fourth down, up by 7, the Colts were looking to tie the game, but Matt Malutu saved the day and made the play that clinched the win for the Dons. Oh yeah, Jeff Saturday. Jeff Saturday, great center. Um, he froze for a moment because he thought Matt Malutu was dropping back in coverage, and then he didn't. It was a delayed blitz, and I remember Jeff Saturday turned back. He looking for the guy. Then Matt Malutu went past him and made the play on Peyton Manning, got the sack, and we got the W. And just like that, the Dons were 4-1 heading into that showdown with Minnesota. We knew, hey, no matter what, we got to find ways to win. We got to find a way to win, no matter what. And I'll be right back after this. All right, welcome back. Story of the 2009 Los Angeles Dons. The next game, after they beat the Colts, they had a bye week. But after that bye week, they travel up to Minnesota, and things did not go well. Yeah, once again, Minnesota, going up to Minnesota, playing the Vikings, and we just didn't really play well offensively. Defense we were okay, but we let some big plays get us, and give credit to Minnesota. They won the game and we lost. And I remember after that game, I said after this, all right guys, we ain't losing no more after this. All right, we got to find a way to turn this thing around. Because we can't keep playing. We can't keep having laws like this and just keep losing like this. But always rebounding and fighting through adversity is one of Mike Jones's biggest things. Yeah, growing up, Cleveland, Ohio, um, always had always had a challenge in my life. But always had great support system. Had a great high school coach. Only had one high school coach in my career. Um, I just, all the lessons that my parents taught me is to treat people right, work hard, sacrifice, if you want to be the best. And I live by that code. Yeah, man, he just loves to work out. He enjoys the game. And man, that's what I love about this guy. But his quarterback also grew up in Ohio, just in the cap, just in Buckeye country. Yeah, growing up in Columbus, most of my family was Buckeye fans. Um, but I end up going to Notre Dame because I love the school and I love the tradition that they had, and I love about their background and their values and morals, and it kind of just resonated with me, and I just chose to go to Notre Dame. And at Notre Dame, Warwick Locker had an okay, decent time there. Yeah, we had some good moments there, but never really never really won a championship there. And by his senior season, he suffered he was dealing with some nagging injuries, and had a quarterback that was ahead of him. Yeah, Holiday was did a really good job in '02. And and I came in and played a little bit, but that 2002 season was kind of not a good year for me. And plus, I was in and out of. I was injured that time, half the time, and that really just kind of ruined my stock in the draft, in the '03 draft. But thank goodness the Dons and Coach White and the staff really looked at me and took a chance on me. And I just, vowed to work hard and never let them down. And by his third year, he was a Megabowl champion in '05. Yeah. Um, just like Mike, just keep working hard and sacrificing, and just play with a lot of enthusiasm. Yeah, I mean, that's why we love those guys. Love the offense, and those guys, they willing to do everything they can to just help the team win. And and I'm just glad they on our team, helping us achieve our goals and achieve what we're trying to do. Yeah, when you have great quarterback like Warwick, and you got a great fullback in Mike Jones, guys that are unselfish and love what they do and love the team and just love to just love to reach their potential and help other guys reach their potential. You couldn't ask for a better script than that. And then on Sunday night against the Cardinals, that was on full display. Yeah, I remember. I remember. The runner. I think the receiver or the running back caught the pass, and the defender made a play. He fumbled, and I recovered it, and then rest is history. And the Dons got their revenge on Arizona to win the game 48-24. Yeah, it was kind of vindication that we letting the Cardinals know this is our division. We run the West, and no, not to make light of them. I mean, they had Larry Fitzgerald, a great receiver, but we just letting them know this is our division. And they, let them know that this is. We sure them this is our division, and we're still gonna run things. But It wasn't so sure in Seattle the next week. Yeah, that was a crazy game. It's typical Pacific Northwest. It's in Seattle. Of course, it's raining, and the fans screaming and going crazy, going nuts, and just a lot of ringing in your ears, and you can tell. It's just a reason why you hate going up there. Yeah, I could tell you, I hate going up there in Seattle because it's so loud. And you can't, you can't really just. It just, it's just. I just hated going up there because it was so loud and you can't really think and you cannot help. You cannot think or you just can't hear. You just, it kind of throw you off your rhythm. Yeah. Now I remember that night. That night it was crazy, but it turned out to be a great one at the end because I remember the whole time I was in the huddle, I was just literally screaming. I was screaming out the play because the crowd was so daggum loud, and the crowd was so daggum loud, and I just had to just like be screaming the play out loud in the huddle, and they tell me, "Hey, hey, hey!" I remember Big Al was telling me, "Hey, hey, not so loud. Seattle can hear it." I'm like, they played us for how many years now? I mean, ain't no secret what they trying to do. What we trying to do. It's the crowd, man. I'm trying to make sure everybody's on the same page, and that first half it didn't seem that way. Seattle had a 21-9 lead, and it got worse when Warwick Locker threw an interception. Yeah. Oh man. I thought White was open. I tried to hit him, but great job by the defensive player. Can't remember his name. He did a good job, and thank goodness for Derek Vance. Still got the wheels, and he caught him. But Seattle did still score. But I just knew if I get back out there, I wasn't gonna let my guys down, and he sure didn't. He led a dramatic comeback to beat the Seahawks on a Monday night, in one of the greatest games not only in Don's history, but in league history. Yeah, I mean, he won league MVP last year in '08. I mean, so yeah, of course he was gonna lead us to victory. I mean, that's just the makeup of Warwick Locker. He was gonna find a way to get it done, and our defense stepped up and made plays when they had to. And on the last touchdown by the Dons, he hit Dwayne White to seal the victory, to to help seal the victory, I should say. Yeah, I mean, I remember he ran a little post route, got open, and I threw it to him, and I knew if he make the play, I just had every confidence that he was gonna make a play, and he did, and we won the game, and hey, we just continue our winning streak, and just like that, the Dons were the Dons were 6-2 going down the stretch. Be right back. I'm back. Story of the 2009 Los Angeles Dons. Yeah, getting into my own zone. I love the game. Um, growing up, growing up in Dallas, growing up in Dallas, poor neighborhoods in Dallas. Really struggling. You know, the struggle and poverty, and doesn't help when when you had a when I came from a guy that looked like me, meaning my biological father, drugs, abuse towards my mom and towards me, and then next thing you know, in and out of jail, abandonment, and not knowing that he had brothers and sisters I didn't know about. So, and then I remember one day, I said, "Mama, I'm gonna play football. I want to play football, and I want to I want to lead this one day if I make it to the NFL." And I remember growing up in Dallas, the Cowboys. Growing up, I grew up in Dallas watching Tony Dorsett and the Cowboys, and then later Eric Dickerson and the Rams, and then the 49ers. But then when the Cowboys got good again, Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, and Emmitt Smith. I'm thinking. Then later Dion came in '96, but by the time I was in high school, and then I just told her, look, one day I'm gonna be in the NFL, and I'm gonna get you out of this poverty. But thank goodness, the guy that would take care of not only me but my mom, and not only he was my high school coach, but he's my stepdad, and I'm glad to call him dad. And Devon Means, one of the best shutdown corners in league history, was making his mark. Yeah, something my stepdad told me. Hey, just be excellent. Just treat every possession like it's your last. Play it to the best of your ability, and just always work hard. There's no substitute for there's no substitute for hard work. You work your tail off each and every day, each and every week to be the best. And I commend my stepfather, and he was more like a real father figure. Always encouraging me. Him and my mom. Mom always encouraged me to do good, do better, and strive to be better. And that's what I do every day. And I have that in my locker room. In my locker. Strive to be better. Always work hard to be the best. Never settle for less. That's been the mantra, and that's what I live by, and that's what I go by. And Devon Means did that. Did that in the game against the Rams. I mean, game against the Niners. Yeah, against the game against the Niners. Yeah, that NorCal team. It's a real rivalry after we beat up the Rams, but that NorCal team, it's just something about that just fuels us. And I was just lucky to had a 3-pick game, and we won the game. But his interceptions always continued. The next game, every game, every game almost down that stretch, he had an interception. Yeah, it's all about being at the right place at the right time. Just making plays and just you know, just going out and being the best team player I can be. And his tag team partner Byron Walker was no slouch neither. Yeah, we had similar stories. He grew up in Houston. I grew up in Dallas. He went to SMU. I went to Grambling State University because Texas once again didn't want me. Um, and me and Byron talked about, man, we always wanted to go to University of Texas, but difference is he from Houston. He wished the Houston Oilers was still there, but they had the Houston Texans, and I always wanted to play for the Cowboys. They didn't draft me, so hey, I'm with one of the best organizations, and I got a coach in James White that believed in me. So hey, it all worked out, and here we are. And Man, not knowing that, man, I'm playing with another great corner in Byron Walker and becoming one of the best shutdown corner duels in the game. It just says about our testament to our hard work and sacrifice to the game of football, and I'm just glad to be part of it. And glad to be part of it. They were dominant the rest of the way, just winning all of their games down the stretch and finishing the season 14-2. Yeah, yeah, that's what we try to do, and that's what we did. And I was very proud of these guys. Finishing it down the stretch and going down. Just going down in history, and then hey, just get having our mindset ready for the playoffs. But they had to send the last regular season home game against Seattle was no contest. It was all Dons. Yeah, I mean, we played so well that game, the last regular season home game against Seattle in the Coliseum, and man, just great memories, you know, playing there, and just man, we got another win and we dominated. And guess what? We won another NFC West title. We clinched the division again. And yes, for the sixth straight season, the Dons were NFC West champions heading into the playoffs. Yeah, and that's what you got to do. Got to play your best ball in late November, late season, especially in November, December. You got to play your best football because if you don't, then chances of you winning the championship not going to bode well. So we played our best football from that Minnesota game all the way to the Megabowl. So, but hey, we had to conquer the postseason to get to that. So we had to get to work. And we'll have it. Be right back. All right, story of the 2009 Los Angeles Dons. In the divisional round against the Dallas Cowboys, it was a it was a high scoring shootout. Yeah, I mean, we knew the Cowboys were a good team. They had Tony Romo, uh, Miles Austin was having a good year, DeMarcus Ware, um, and Marion Barber was running the ball effectively in that big offensive line. Oh man, I didn't know it was gonna be a challenge to play them, but we gladly accepted. And man, your dream to play against your hometown team, against your hometown team, the Dallas Cowboys, the team that passed you up, couldn't wait for that. But during the early parts of that game, Warwick Locker was knocked out with a strained shoulder. Yeah, I don't know. One of the defenders hit me while I threw the ball, and I wound up, I felt something was not right with my arm, and I had a strained shoulder, and I wanted to go back in the game, but but they wouldn't let me, so I had to just rely. We had to rely on the guys to bring it home for me, bring it home for you. And our backup quarterback did a marvelous job stepping in. A high scoring affair. Tied at 24 at halftime. The Cowboys and Dons went back and forth. Oh man, it was just crazy, man. This game was crazy. I mean, they were scoring, we were scoring, and man, I mean, just it was just all around, just a score fest. Yeah, but eventually, whoever, like Coach said, whoever makes the most plays, whoever's more disciplined, whoever plays smartest, and just can execute down the stretch is gonna win. And that's what the Dons did on their final drive. Drove down the field so their kicker can kick the game-winning field goal. And the Dons pulled out a 3-point win over the Cowboys to advance to the NFC Championship. Yeah, I was proud of those guys. Proud of the way they fought and didn't quit and didn't back down. But we knew if we wanted to go to the Mega Bowl, we got to put up a better effort and try to win. Try to win a little more convincingly when we get to the NFC Championship game. And in the NFC Championship game the following week against the Saints, their last home game ever in the LA Coliseum, the Dons put on a dominant performance. And Warwick Locker returned to the lineup. Yeah, I said, yeah, I'll be ready for the NFC Championship game. And we played really well against a good Saints team whose offense was a juggernaut. They really, they really can put up points, and our defense was outstanding, and we pretty much shut them down. Even though they scored some late touchdowns, but we did a real good job. And in that game, Warwick Locker played the best game. Played one of his best games. Yeah, had to step up. We all had to step up, but me in particular. So we got that done. We beat the Saints, and we're heading back to the Mega Bowl, and it was a great feeling. Yeah, it was a great feeling knowing that we played our last game in the LA Coliseum ever, and it was the NFC Championship game, and to beat the New Orleans Saints and to win the NFC, knowing that we're going to the Mega Bowl, it was just a great feeling. Just a wonderful feeling knowing that we're going back to the Mega Bowl and try to win it again. I mean, just a great, yeah, man. That feeling like '05. It was that feeling like we had in '05. Just knowing that we won the NFC Championship game, this time over the Saints, and we're going back to the Mega Bowl. So proud. So proud of those guys. And their trip to Miami was vindicated. And yeah, and now we can just focus on the San Antonio Riders in Miami who beat us in week 3. So we're gonna so We enjoyed that one, but now we know the bigger championship is in Miami, and we had to go get that one. Be right back. All right, 2009 Los Angeles Dons, America's game story of their season. All right, the Dons won their last game in the LA Coliseum, and now on to the 2010 Megabowl against the Riders. Yeah, that game was going to be fun. We're back in the Mega Bowl, and we're playing against a team that beat us in Week 3 earlier in that year. Yeah, yeah, man, that's gonna be a telltale sign of what we've done. We're gonna measure ourselves. We always love to measure ourselves against who we played, where we played them. It's just like a challenge. Yeah, I couldn't wait to play the Riders, man. They got us week 3, and man, it was just. I'm just like, man, it would be embarrassing if we lose to them again. But we knew we would. It wasn't gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, we all had to play our best game because we were favored. We were favored to win that game, and no, and us not playing well in the Mega Bowl, it would be disappointing, and we would be laughed at, and we didn't want that. So we knew going into that Mega Bowl against the Riders, we had to play our best. We knew they were on a hot streak, but we knew that we can't have no mental lapses in this game. Losing and losing to them was not an option. And I remember Tony Dungy was at the game. Coach Dungy was at the game. I talked with him and I said, "What do we have to do?" He told me, "Hey," and I know I won the Mega Bowl. He won the following year. And I remember he came to me and said, "Hey James," fun segment I do, y'all. He was like, "Hey James," I said, "Hey Coach, how you doing?" Yeah, so how your team coming? I'm thinking that they're coming pretty well. They're doing pretty well. They're ready to win this game, and they're ready to take it on and try to get it done. And the night before the game, the players spoke. I remember I said, guys, I've been with y'all for 5 years. We won the first Mega Bowl in '05, and I don't plan on losing this one. So what we got to do tomorrow night is we got to do what we always do. We got to play Don's football, 60 minutes. We can't got to play. We got to play smart, play hard, play fast. Have no mental mistakes. And if we do that, we'll win. We'll beat this team going away. And then I said, hey, I'm glad that we're playing this team again because you learn, and because you learn more when you lose to a team that beat you the first time, rather than you beat them the first time and then you have to play them again. So that loss to them, to the Riders, I think it was a blessing in disguise for us because now we get another shot at them. This time for all the marbles, and I told the team, hey, let's just go out and do what we do. You know, let's not. It's no like. I mean, let's just go out and do what we do. There's no excuse why we can't get it done. But in that week 3 loss to the Riders, Coach White discovered something. Yeah, we knew that they defensively, especially their pass defense. Their pass defense really wasn't good. Their running defense was okay, but if we can if we can throw on them and get some big pass plays while we playing our traditional running game, but if we can hit some pass plays on them, because their pass defense was really wasn't that good. So if we threw the ball offensively, I think we we have a good shot of beating them. So I remember the night before the game. I remember vividly. I said Warwick. I studied their pass defense. You can get some big plays on 'em. He said. So I remember Coach telling me that. And I said, Coach, are you sure? I said, I'm absolutely sure. I believe that you're gonna have a big night tomorrow. You're gonna have a big night on Mega Bowl Sunday against the Riders. And I said, okay, Coach. All right. And on that night, Coach words, Coach message to the team rang loud and clear. And I told the team, I said, hey, it's all about the Dons. It's all about us staying together and trying to win a championship, another championship. And hey, I really trust you guys. I really believe in you guys. All we got to do is go out and show it to the world and show the world why we're the LA Dons and why we are the best team in the '09. And in the 2010 Mega Bowl, that's how things got it started. But first, the Riders scored a touchdown. The Riders scored a 20. The Riders quarterback threw a 26-yard touchdown to the number two receiver. So yeah, they struck first blood, you know, and they did a really good job moving the ball on us, and I just told the team, hey, just relax. We've been here before, we've been to the rodeo. It's like, the answer to the test. Just relax, stay calm, don't get flustered, and we're gonna be fine. Because eventually, they're gonna make a mistake down the line, and when they do, we're gonna capitalize. But But in the first half, the Riders didn't show any indication of that. However, the Dons did have a field goal, but the Riders were driving down the field, but only mustered up two field goals. So now, so now we're down 10. So now we're down 10 in this game, and we need to do something. We need a spark. And on that play, and on the play, Derek Vance will provide it. Oh man, Derek Vance, I forgot, played his last game in the NFL, played his last game with us, and he did. Derek Vance did what Derek Vance does. And on the Don's possession, Derek Vance ran a 50-yard touchdown over the defense of the Riders, and by halftime, the game was tied. Yeah, at halftime it was tied 13. But we were all calm. We didn't get frustrated. We wasn't upset, and we really wasn't upset the first in our first Mega Bowl when we were up 13-7 over the Shamrocks. But this one, we were really calm because we've been here before, and we know what it's like. And hey, we it's just that feeling and that attitude of, guys, we know what we got to do. All we got to do is just go out there and do it. Yeah, you know, we just like, hey, I saw every guy in the locker room and look in their eyes, and they just said, hey, we're fine. Hey, all we got to do is just take control. That's all we had to do. And I told the team, hey, we're tied at 13. Hey, now's the time to come together. One person can't do it by themselves. It's going to take a collective group of effort by a group of men, great group of men that I coach. These, when I coach, these guys are a great group of men. So it's going to come to us coming together and making this work, and we got to pull together, man. One person could not get it done. So I told the team and I told the coaches, get this right. Let's make sense of this, and let's just go out here and just execute and win the game. Just have some fun, and let's win the Mega Bowl. And then started the third quarter, in the second half, the Dons did just that. Drove down the field, and Warwick Locker staked his claim with another touchdown toss to Derek Vance. And I remember that screenplay. They called it. We ran that screenplay in practice, and the Riders didn't expect that because the first time we played them, we didn't run it, and thank goodness they didn't watch film on that because we installed that play. We installed that play in that week. During that week, we installed that play specifically against them because we knew they were real bad. Like I said, they're not just bad. They wasn't bad just in passing defense, but they didn't do well in screenplays. So we figured if we get a screenplay on them, magic would happen. And yes, magic happened the rest of the second half as the Dons defense shut out the Riders offense and held them scoreless for the rest of the way. Yeah, our defense did one hell of a job, and we just got after them, and we got some sacks, and we forced 3 turnovers all in the second half. And Warwick Locker had a night, and that's what I told him. Yeah, coach was right. Yeah, he was right. In their defense, they just couldn't stop it. And then, hey, we just went out and made plays. And on Locker's second touchdown pass, he hit Dwayne White, 71 yards. Oh yeah, I remember it was one on one. Dwayne White had a one on one coverage with the DBs, and it was a right coverage, and we called the right play for it. And I remember getting the ball from the snap, and he beat the DB so bad. I just threw it, and I just threw it, and I put it right on the money. He caught it, and he ran it 71 yards, and the rest was history. And Warwick Locker went on to have one of his best games, going 27 to 35, 388 yards and 3 touchdowns, earning him the 2010 Megabowl MVP. And Mike Jones got another Megabowl touchdown to pretty much clinch the Megabowl. Yeah, I mean that 20-yard touchdown. I remember Locker giving me the ball, and I just saw a lane, and then the defender tried to tackle me, and I just made him miss and ran a guy over, and I got in the end zone, and hey, scored a touchdown. And just like that, the Dons were once again Mega Bowl champions. Yeah, that was one of the best performances since that '06 Mega Bowl. Shutting out a team in the second half in the Mega Bowl. We did that again, and to win our second Mega Bowl championship, it was just no greater feeling. And I was so proud of those guys, the way they performed in the second half of that game that night, and it was just an amazing feeling to know that we're Mega Bowl champions again, and to win the franchise second Mega Bowl. It just speaks volumes to how hard these guys work and how they sacrifice for one another, and us coaching staff putting them in the right positions to be successful. Couldn't ask for better. Couldn't ask for any better. Couldn't ask for it. Yeah, man. When the first one was great, but this one to do it to win another one again in dominating fashion, I just couldn't say enough. I mean, just playing the game with these guys, great group of men, just great character, great morals, and I just couldn't say enough. I mean, just couldn't say enough about these guys. Yeah, for me, winning Mega Bowl MVP, it's a testament to my teammates, to the coaching staff, and to the organization as a whole. So I just really was thankful that night that we just won the Mega Bowl, and we were just world champions, and I was just so proud of these guys, the way they worked and sacrificed, and man, it was just a great time to be a Don. And I caught an interception in the Mega Bowl, but to win another one, I couldn't be more proud. Just love these guys, love what we've been through together, and just to enjoy that championship, this one against the Riders, and to beat them 44-13 to capture our second Mega Bowl. It was just a great feeling, just a great feeling of joy and satisfaction, and now we are one of the special teams in the league, one one of the special teams in this league, and I couldn't be more proud. And like I said, I love these guys, and to win that championship was just icing on the cake. All right, I want to thank Coach White, Devon Means, Warwick Locker, and Mike Jones, who and that was Derek Vance's last game, and to for him to walk out as a champion, it was just more great. So I just want to say thank y'all, even though nobody joined the chat. But if you like this video, Give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Feel free to subscribe. Share with your family and friends. All right. And Super Bowl Sunday, live play-by-play. And we're going to see who will win the Super Bowl. And everybody have a great night. This is part 2 of the '09 Los Angeles Dons American Game Story. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Feel free to subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Mike, the LA Dons fan, signing off. Peace. Go Dons. Good night, everybody.